Thank you so much for joining us on yet another edition of Conference Day today. I am Taiwo Barua. As usual, we will bring you up to speed with happenings and latest political development in Kogi State under the leadership of Governor Yahaya Bello. We will look at some of the infrastructure projects of the government and also sample the opinions of the people on the achievement of the state government in the last 6 years. Here is a look at the stories you are to expect today. Security in the Confluent State is on the front burner. How has the state government fared under the leadership of Governor Yahaya Bello? We talk to stakeholders and the people for a feedback. And new infrastructure projects are springing up in many areas across Kogi State. Communities are opening up and the people have been speaking on this development. Details of these and more in just a moment. Stay with us. Let's start off this edition of the program with a look at the current security situation in Kogi State. In the past 6 years, Kogi has been adjudged one of the most peaceful states in the country, owing to the security strategies adopted by Governor Yahaya Bello as the Chief Security Officer of the state. Unlike in the past, when Kogi was almost tagged as the terrorist capital of the North Central, the story has changed now with all terrorist cells destroyed and the people themselves committed to securing their immediate environment.
The safety of lives and property is the major priority of government at all levels. And when persons in positions of authority abandon this enormous responsibility, everyone in the community feels the ripple effect without any consideration for age, gender, or even social class. We all bear the brunt. While Boko Haram terrorists continue to wreak havoc in some states across the northeast, bandits and kidnappers have also continued their onslaught in the northwest. The unrest in the southern part of the country has also been a major cause of concern over the years. But one state where there's been relative peace in the past 6 years is Kogi State in the north-central part of the country. Kogi was once a kidnapper's den where heinous crimes, including terrorism, were prevalent. At the time Governor Yahaya Bello assumed office in 2016, Boko Haram terrorists had reportedly planted cells in different parts of the state from where they planned to capture the geopolitical zone. But the governor set the strategy in motion, leading from the front line and adopting a strategy that is now said to be working for everyone.
When he came in, one of the very first steps he took was to ensure that he put in place practical, workable policies that could reduce the spate of insecurity in the state. Before he became governor, Kogi was the kidnap capital of Nigeria. Apart from the kidnapping, the banditry, there were also some cells of ISWAP and other globally very dangerous sects that were causing insecurity. We have elements of Boko Haram and all of that, pre-2016. But when he came in, he put in place very practical policies by ensuring that apart from the kinetic approach to fighting insecurity, he also put in place policies that would discourage people from involving themselves in criminal activities.
The activation process did not come easy. A major part of Governor Yahaya Bello's strategy is to partner with security agencies and their service chiefs in the state, support them with the needed gadgets and vehicles, and also encourage the locals to be actively involved in the entire process. For him, if this strategy and several others still in his kitty are adopted in Nigeria, the country will become a safe place to live, just like Kogi State.
I thank the local vigilantes and the hunters. I appreciate the military, the police, and all other law enforcement agencies who rise to the occasion promptly. I specifically and profoundly appreciate the Inspector General of Police. I thank absolutely and ultimately Mr. President, who have made this happen. Because gone are the days when robbers will be robbing for hours or even days, and there is no help from federal, no help from the state, and the locals will remain helpless. In Kogi State, we are responsive, we are very proactive, and we are firmly in support of one another.
And today we are living better.
One man who has been working closely with Governor Yahaya Bello on ensuring that the safety of lives in the state is not compromised is Commander Jerry Omodara. He brings on board a wealth of experience which stems from his years of active service in the Nigerian military. For him, the strategy that has been keeping Kogi State safe is communal and all-encompassing.
We recall in 2016, 2014, 2015, 2016, the U.S. Embassy, the High Commission of the UK, they said that people should not even visit Kogi because Kogi was the headquarters of kidnapping, where we have our 167 kidnap cases within a year. And you should know that one is very clear that no state can sustain, can be successful on that kind of situation. But today, we are good. Today, things are better in Kogi because of lots of energy displayed by the governor, because of enough resources displayed, because the willpower is there.
Anyone that is having heavy loads, we will allow him to drop off.
That Governor Yahaya Bello leads from the front is not an understatement. He sometimes goes the extra mile to carry out surveillance at night to ensure the safety of those who elected him to office as governor.
The governor is telling the driver to be careful while he's passing to ensure that the road is clear.
I hope it's balanced. I hope it's balanced.
The successes recorded by Governor Yahaya Bello in the area of security have earned him commendations and awards from different groups and institutions across the country. Notable amongst them is the award from the Nigerian Association of Crime Reporters and Editors, where the governor was recently applauded for his initiatives in that sector of the state's economy. These giant strides have also become credible references on major current affairs program on national TV, with analysts and commentators asking all state governors to emulate the White Lion.
The biggest issue in the country is the issue of insecurity. It may not, necessarily be because I've been following a particular leader, so that has given me more. No, we need a man now who has been on the ground security-wise, and that's the most qualified person now in the list is Yahaya Bello. That's the governor of Kogi State. Let me emphasize the fact that before the advent of Yahaya Bello administration in Kogi State, it used to be 25 kidnappings, 25 to 30 kidnappings on a daily basis. But when he came, and let me quickly add that Yahaya Bello ranks among the few governors that judiciously expend their security votes. He's not saving the security votes for future investments.
The vigilante group in Kogi State have also been working closely with security officials in the state. They know the dark spots, give out tips, and help the security agencies with leads that have helped the state comb all deadly zones and flush out criminals.
We are not going to mobilize vote alone. We will mobilize and we are going to defend the interests of average Nigerian and the youth, most importantly, because you have demonstrated the youthfulness in you to have given the youth of this country, most especially the Kogites, a sense of belonging. that through you, your vision, you'd have a place in democratic system and leadership of this country. So in view of this, we are ready to support the moving train.
For the people, this is a milestone they wish they would continue with successive governments in the state.
If you look at it critically, one of the major problems facing the development of this country today is insecurity. And that he has done for us in Kogi State. When there is peace, unity in a state, there will be natural development. Development will naturally come. There's no doubt about that. And that he has done for us in Kogi State. And I pray Nigerians should emulate what Yahaya Bello has done. And at the same time, embrace him to become the next president of Nigeria.
That security is paramount, because without being secured, you cannot carry out any meaningful activities. You see, doing this, that shows he has the love of good guys at heart.
And as the 2023 general elections draw near, those aspiring for the #1 seat in the country are also rolling out their scorecards. Surprisingly, none of them have the temperament and strategy to address Nigeria's numerous security challenges. Governor Yahaya Bello's deputy, Edward Enoja, understands this clearly.
When we arrived in Kogi State, His Excellency from Intelligence knew the locations of terrorist cells, names of kidnapped lords, and thugs and assassins in Kogi State. He probably was also listening to their conversation, but he did not speak about it. He went head on and decimated them, and today, Kogi is one of the safest states in Nigeria.
With these track records, it is clear that Governor Yahaya Bello remains the man to beat at the polls. He is the one man with the wherewithal to replicate the safety strategies adopted in Kogi State at the national level, and Nigerians are promising to give him a chance to rule the country.
Although securing the state may seem to be one of the biggest achievements of the current government in Kogi State, infrastructure, on the other hand, is not lagging in any way. Today, we will take you on a trip to some other parts of Kogi State where the state government has implemented massive infrastructure projects for the benefit of the people.
To be accountable to the people is to give them the true dividends of democracy, understand their yearnings, and fulfill the promises made to them during the electioneering process. These are rare qualities of a good leader, especially one with the right conscience.
There is a befitting CBT hall.
One leader who has been able to match these qualities is the governor of Kogi State, Gov Yahaya Bello. He has in the past 6 years proven that he is unshakable and competent enough to deliver on all electoral promises made to the people. Kogi East Senatorial District is one of the zones in the state where the people can rightly and confidently attest to the numerous infrastructure projects of Governor Yahaya Bello's government. These are newly constructed township roads in Kogi East Senatorial District, also known as Gala land. In the past, all these roads were not in any way motorable. Commercial and business activities were almost sent to the doldrums until the governor's intervention came in the way of rehabilitation. From Dakina Township Road, Angpa Township Road, Ayamba and Olamamboro, the people of the Gala Kingdom are currently experiencing a huge transformation, and they're all happy to tell the story.
The smiles of the citizens of Kogi State is priority. As we all know, road network is very important in development of the state, and which the government has already started and is doing more to make sure we have a road that is accessible to everywhere in the state.
Governor Yahaya Bello had concentrated mainly on road projects in the rural communities, and now the state capital and other major towns are looking different. The roads are of good quality and they are durable enough to stand the test of time. The State Commissioner for Works and his counterpart from the Ministry of Information are on a tour of these project sites, and they assure residents that the standard will not drop and the projects will be completed within a short period.
What you are seeing in Lokoja now is happening in Ida, is happening in Nampa, is happening in Kaba, is happening in Okene, is happening in everywhere in every local government. And it is only when you have a governor that is sincere that you can do work like this. When you see people is clamoring for his candidature, not just contender now, that he should emerge as the president of this country. Inshallah. These are the criteria, these are the things people are seeing. Sincerity to promise kept. Yes. Implementation and fund management. With His Excellency, Nigerians can just go to sleep that as far as infrastructure is concerned, we have the best hand in terms of His Excellency to navigate and make sure we do the needful.
You can see the road, a very beautiful one. Why people are doing presidential politics? What we are doing here is to showcase what the man has done and to also show the world why the generality of Nigerians are calling on him to come and be the president of the country. Because they know that with him, infrastructural development will be what Nigerians will benefit from.
These road projects, particularly the ones in Kogi, his senatorial district, are now the cynosure of all eyes, and residents say he deserves a higher assignment at the national level as the president.
As I'm talking to you, almost all the township road across the three senatorial districts are ongoing. Kaba Township Road is completed. Ejule to Ida Road is completed. Akpa Township is completed. Commission. We're having another road from Ibana to Ete. It's ongoing, about 9 kilometers to be completed. We have about Township Road committed, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4 at the Okene local government. So we have a lot of project that when we want to commission, everyone will be surprised how we manage to do it.
Facts are facts, and pictures, of course, do not lie. This clear evidence of stewardship by Governor Yahaya Bello is undoubtedly commendable, and residents of Kogi State cannot but wish their governor well in his future political endeavor.
So many people have seen, and somebody have come to Kogi State, and they have testified, confirmed that Kogi State is not what it used to be before Yahaya Bello came in.
It is not a mistake at all for him to say he will run, or for people to call him that is the man fit for the job. So he is capable, and I know by God's grace, if he's given the chance, he will surely turn things around for good for our country.
They want to see him lead Nigeria as president and advance the cause of quality leadership, inclusiveness, and a meritorious system of government.
A mammoth crowd of supporters of Governor Yahaya Bello gathers at the national headquarters of the APC in Abuja as the governor picks his expression of interest and nomination form to contest for the 2023 presidential election.
This is the hope. This is the hope for the nation. This is the hope we are yearning for.
Oozing with confidence, Governor Yahaya Bello, who is the first to pay the 100 million naira required for the forms, is received by party faithful and support groups from across the country who had been urging him to run for president. After picking up the forms, It was yet another opportunity for the governor to address his supporters as he notifies them of the task ahead, which is to canvass and consult all party delegates ahead of the primary.
Right now, what we have ahead of us is a task of canvassing and consulting all party faithfuls, leaders, stalwarts, delegates, members, and even all Nigerians from at home and across in diaspora to give us a support, to support us so that we become the flag bearer of this great party come 30th and 31st of May 2023.
The fact that Governor Yahaya Bello was the first candidate to pay for the nomination forms demonstrated the sincerity of purpose.
I am the man of the moment, and that who is being looked up to unite, to secure and put this country on the path of progress. I am urging each and every one of us that please let's put everything behind us and let us roll along with the joy of this moment.
In the weeks to come, Governor Yahaya Bello will slug it out with other aspirants at the APC primary. The confidence is high that GYB, knowing his track records and the grace that accompanies his sojourn in politics, will emerge victorious and become the APC flag bearer.
And that's the show for today. Thank you so much for keeping a date with us. Join us next time when we bring you yet another edition of the program. Until then, I am Taiwo Barua.